start with the cover. So yeah, I have scissors all out all the way around me. And I'm always anxious to start with the project and then I get cold feet. Do you have that too? That's, how you call that? Perhaps the same thing if a singer or an actress is going on stage, they get cold feet. And I always have that when I start a new project. And yeah, but when it goes really long and I can't stop. Well, yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I packed all my my goodies out of the packages and I spread them around and I decided to make an 8 by 10 album. So these are the measurements. This is for the sides, for the spine. That's the 4 by 8 inches. And then 9.8 by 20.2 centimeters for those who follow me in centimeters. And for the front and back, so you need 2 of these, that's 8 by 10 inches, double, and 25.4 by 20.2 centimeters for those who follow me in centimeters. Oh, hey. Okay, so yeah. How do we cover it? Well, I am going to make white pages, so I want to make a white white cover too for the base. So let's grab, I'm really going to see if I need 2 or more. So let's try this cardstock out, see if this is suitable for making covers. So let's see if I need, I think I need 3 of these. Okay, but anyway, let's first start with combine these 2. And let's use this tape. Let's try it all out. First time ever. Well, for everything needs to be a first time, isn't it? And I really heard that the wet tape is a good one. So let's try it out. Peel it off. Oh, that went very, very smooth. Okay. We need the space. Let's put this right below. Okay, that's that. Use the bone folder to make good contact to your papers. Here we go. Now I think I just go first, see how I am going to apply this. Well, I think it was better that I did that first, because now it's really hard to cut these. Okay, we'll figure that out real soon. So I am going to see how wide, well yeah, I can cut this at 10. So I'm going to cut my paper first at 10. And then I'll be back in 1 sec when I cut this off. So wait just a second. Alrighty, so I cut it out with my large cutting mat. And we need a little extra before it fits. And I cut out 3 inches for that. And going to apply again a little tape. I don't think that we can tear this one, so I'm really happy now with my non-stick scissor. Really cool. peel this off and then apply the last extra piece on. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and before I forgot, I just got a present yesterday from Roberta Como. If I did not say your name well, I want to thank you. Really, this is a easy read ruler. It's from Victor, I believe, and it's really awesome. It says already all the inches, even in 1/16. So I don't have to count every little thing on it. And below there are already the centimeters, so I don't have to flip it all the way around or like this, or no. And it's really heavy. It's really a really heavy metal kind of thing, and it's really sharp on the edges too, so I really have to be careful. But I love it. Look at this. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, I thank you so much for sending me this. I did not ask for it, but gosh, I love it. So cool. Well, I really have to be careful sometimes to say something on YouTube, because you guys don't need to send me things, but wow, I really love that. So anyway, thank you very much. It was a very nice gift. Okay, now going to see if now camera is focusing. Yeah. All right, so let's continuing. I'm going to start with the first piece. I'm going to use just my glue. Also see if this is going to attach nicely to the papers. Use enough, and then just flip it over and put it in its place. And there's no need to be that careful how wide. You just need, well, 1-2 centimeters or 1 inch about to cover this all up. Okay, let's grab the second piece. The spine. And I always keep telling you guys that the magic for the spine is really leave enough space in between, because we need that space. And you can easily put some I call that, yeah, you can measure this, and yeah, 1/4 is a bit no, or 1/4 is too wide. Let's say 3/16, and for the Dutch people that's 4 millimeters. We can use that. Okay, let's go to the next piece. Put some glue on. And sometimes I really want to rush some things. So the video is not going to be boring for you guys, but crafting is no rushing things. No, it isn't. So I'm really trying to learn myself that I just need to take the time and not going too fast, because then we're going to make mistakes, and we don't want that. No, we won't. We don't want any mistakes. So check if this all is nice straight. I think it is. Now I'm going to turn this, and I hope it will stay there for a minute, because I want to make sure that my glue is attaching to this paper. So I'm going to use my bone folder and go over all my chipboards. Ricky-dee. That fits nice. So now I want these corners to be cut. And I always like keeping away at least, well, let's say 1-2 millimeters, and that is, let's say, yeah, 1/8, 1/16. You know what I mean. Leave a little open. Okay. So leave a little open, and then I make an angle. You can cut this straight if you like, but I always like to cut this a little in an angle. Now let's flip this over so I can cut this also away. Alright, and then the magic begins. Alright. Okay. Okay, now I really need to make some space, because I normally do first the long way. But let's see how we can manage that. I always like to apply some tape on the chipboard, just to make very, very sure that everything stays in its place. Okay. Let's peel it off. There we go. I'm going to work with the paper a little. Work with it. Just bend it a little. Let's use your fingers and work your paper around it. Be gentle. So first we're going to push it to the chipboard all the way. Use your fingers. Feel that the paper is going to attach your chipboard. Okay. Now I'm going to use some extra glue, because of course this is not enough to keep it all in place. So I'm going to attach some art glitter glue. And this really dries fast. That's why I love it. Also do a little on the spine too, on the chipboard. And I think this does it. Now, okay. Now normally I will turn it, but that's really long, and my table is not, it's wide but not long. So I am going to start in the middle, fold it down, and then work on each way. Now this is really tricky, and perhaps I needed some of the tape too on the white paper, so it will dry immediately. But the art glitter glue is going to be dry in just a second, so I don't want to hesitate. I want to push my glue in the chipboard. See? Okay, that went pretty. I think I will do that in a minute, but can't help myself for doing it right now, because the glue is now nice and soft. Now I want this to be gentle, gentle push this in a nice angle, because this paper is pretty stiff and sturdy, but we can work a little with it, but be gentle to do this. Here we go. Nice clean edge. Yeah, I like it. Okay, now of course the other way is quite exactly the same, but for now I like to use 2 pieces of tape. I think that's better. One on the chipboard and one at the outside of the white paper. Alright, let's us first work with the paper. So be gentle, start in the middle, be gentle, use your fingers, push it to the chipboard. And perhaps we can even fold this already down like this. That works too sometimes. Okay, now it's time to peel this off. Here we go. Okay, I still want to use a little red glue on that chipboard and a little in here, just in case. Alright, so again, start in the middle, push it down. Here we go. Oh yeah, that worked way easier when I put some double tape on. Again, use your bone folder to push your glue and tape in the chipboard. I really like I just said, that we be gentle, be gentle. I really like a nice smooth edge, but be gentle with this, otherwise your paper will be cracking or doing some things you don't want to. Okay, I like it. Make a nice clean edge. There it is. Okay. Now go to this side, and first we have this little thing, and I'm going to use my bone folder and I'm going to push it inside, and so it's just a matter of pushing it around that edge, and then you have it, then you see it like this. See, it's really easy. It's just a single move. Push it against that corner. Alright, okay, let's do it again. Put some tape on. let's first work with it again. Wrap it around your cardstock. Again, like I said, this paper is really thick, so we need to be patient with it. Let it work for you, but also with you. Okay. Now we can peel the tape off. And where's my glue? Here is it. Use a little on the inside. Here we go. Put my pin back in, because this dries really fast. And now we can push it and make sure that the tape and glue is attaching good to your chipboard. Okay, and again, I really want this smooth edges. Yeah, perfect. One way to go. So push it and push it flat in the corners. Something like this. Use your bone folder, it's really easy. Let's use some tape. Go. And again, fold your corners and let the paper work for you. Wrap it around, give it a nice push, and that's that. Time to glue it on. There we go. Here it is. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. This works perfect. Alright, now the last step is to fold it in the right position. And that is only one thing. You can push this a little down and then fold it. And then it just go following these openings we made. Same thing here. Use your bone folder so this paper will go inside. That is the reason why we want that opening. And let it work for you. Alright, so that is that. Here we go. Album. The basic is done. Really like it. Cool. Yeah, so okay, that paper is, what was it? I think it was 250. Let me check. Yeah, 250. So yeah, that still works. Gosh, looks very nice. Cool. So it's a really a good thing that you do it easy and let first your paper work for you guys. Cool. Alright, that was step 1, making the basic cover. Alright, stay tuned and let's see what the decoration brings us. Okay, yeah, I was searching a bit what I want on the cover, and I want to show you make some place. Okay, so far so good. I did not glue anything on, but my idea was I really want to use this, is the guitar or a violin? I think it's a guitar or a violin. Oh, anyway, this piece of music thing. God, I really have to search if this is a violin. I think it's a violin. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, I really like this one. There are a few more nice things to use on the cover, on the front cover, but I really like this piece. That's more me. So I thought, well, I really like the rest of the page too, but I thought if I was leaving it intact, then this would be on the white side. And I think that's nice, but to cover up a little, well, I could do the flowers on this side, but I decided to cut it out, so I'm going to fussy cut it and see where I am going to put it later on. So there's plenty of left over from this piece. So I'm just going to cut this off, decide which piece I'm going to cut off. Anyway, there's plenty more because the burlap will overlap the spine, and I sew around the burlap edges so it won't tear further, because this one you can peel it off and you can peel it off and then you have nothing left. So that is a little security that this will stay intact. So that is for the spine, and then the front page, which I can show you. The front page, well, I will, for those who know me, I hate to throw papers away. So what I did, I cut out this piece and these 4 pieces, and when you cut around this edge and along this edge, then you get these 2 pieces. And I really think this matches perfectly with the front, so I don't need to cut any other nice papers just for the back. Well, not just for the back, because the back needs to be pretty too. But I thought, well, what do you think about this? I think I like this. So I only have to cover up just a little more, but then for the back you have these two strips. So I cut these off too, and then I'm going to decide which one I want to use. Is it this one or this piece? What do you think? But anyway, I am going to see which one, and then when that is done, I will use this lace that I got in my stash to cover up this. So I will use, I will love to use this color come back, and that's the same color as the flower. So that is really I want to do, because this page is this collection is really in blue and brown and green, and just a little, you see it right here in this rose, just a little tint of this color, and I want to keep that coming back in this album. So it's a really perfect match. So yeah, well, that's just my vision of it. Okay, so I'm going to move a little and then I'll come back to you. So I just wanted to explain what I am planning to do on my cover. So yeah, let's see how that works out. And I think I'm going to use just tape to apply this on here. But okay, just be back in 1 sec. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I used double-sided tape to attach the burlap, and I used the wet double-sided tape completely all the way around, and then some wider double-sided tape for in the middle, and I glue it on. And then I used the wet double-sided tape also for the ribbon. Really awesome. So what do you think? This is for now done. I cut out this piece. I do not know exactly where I want this, but I will decide later, because perhaps it's nice to do on here, or perhaps I will use it on the back, on the spine. So that's also a good way of using this, but I will keep it. I will decide later on how I am going to cover up, not too much, but a little. So perhaps I will do it here and then use some flowers. I don't know exactly what I want with this, but I will decide later on. So I took that in my little basket. So yeah, now it's time for to go to the inside. Oh, I love how this turns out. Really, it does. Cool. Especially with the pink, that's the perfect touch. Okay, well, let's go inside. Okay, for the inside I cut 2 pieces of my 12 by 12 paper, and this I am going to glue inside, and then I think it's time for the pages. Okay, stay tuned. Oh, and before I forgot to say, and I did forget that on this opening, I always like to use some extra tape on the inside, so my paper will do very good on this opening to stay in its place. And I totally forgot on this piece, so I hope my glue will fix that. But so I'm fingers crossed about that. But okay, so let's put some glue on here. There we go. And place this right against the other one. And then there it is. Alright, so that is that for the inside. Oh, we really need to clean this up. Good for the white. There we go. Way better. Okay, so now that this is done, so this is really stiff, so we need to bend this. So you just go with your bone folder a bit in here. So that is why I put some extra tape on these 2 pieces, so my paper is not going anywhere. So use your bone folder and work with your paper. Don't push too hard, just go gentle up and down, and then easily it's going to bend like this. There you go. See? That's that. Now on the other part I did forget putting some tape on, so fingers crossed. If I put enough glue on. Anyway, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Just be gentle, not too soft, not too hard, pushing the paper in that opening. And now you see the difference. You see? This is nice and steady. And here I totally forgot to put some extra glue on here. So it's a little bumpy, but when we fold it all down, yeah, okay, it's no problem at all for now, because we are going to attach, of course, the hinges on here. But it's better to do with tape. Okay, so that is that. So that is the inside. Cool. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So, okay, let's see what kind of pages I want to do in and which binding I want. Alright, stay tuned. Okay, let's start with the base pages we are going to make in here. And there are two options. There is just one page where we can work on. Of course, a lot of other things we can add to it. Or you can make a page right away with a flip. You can make this as a flip page, or you can make this as a big pocket, whatever you're going to like. So there are two options for these base pages, and I always like to practice first on a color cardstock I do not use very often. So that is what we are going to do. So grab your 12 by 12 paper. Okay, so I'm going to make those two base pages. First we are going to make the one with the extra flap on. So this is a 12 by 12 sheet, and we're going to first cut it at 10/3/8. Let's see, 10/3/8, that's right here. So first we're going to cut this piece off. And the reason why I did that, why I do that first, so you can use this piece in a later stage. Alright, so now we are going to see what I did. What did we? Turn this? Yeah. No, we are going to score. We are not going to turn it. So at our sizes at 10/3/8, we are going to score now at 5/8 and at 1/1/8. Okay, now you have that option if you want to cut it or score it. So but first I said we are going to make a page with that flap. So I am going to score now at 7/3/8. No, 7/3/4. Sorry, 3/8. 7/3/4. I will give you my measurement list in a minute, but I'm going to score at 7/3/4. Okay, so that is base page number 1, and I'm going to fold it. First fold line, then the second fold line, and then our biggest fold line. And now this is done, we need to cut these two little hinges off, and I really like that it's full now, so I can cut right along the fold lines. Same here, just cut the fold lines off all the way to the top. You see? Zoom in a little, trying to, I cut out of the fold lines. Yep. Okay, so that is page 1. So we have the hinge on the back, so the flap, you can choose if you want this on the front of your page or on the back of your page, whatever you're going to decide with it. But this is the base page with the flap. Okay, now we go to option 2, and that is grabbing another piece of paper, and first of all always cut first at 10/3/8. 10/3/8, that's here. Okay, so I'm cutting it off. You always can use your strip. Then again we're going to score at 5/8 and 1/1/8. And now is that second piece we want. The first one we score it at 7 3/4, but now I'm going to cut it at 7 3/4. But you always can use this, of course, but so now we have a single page. There we go. Okay, so now we have a single page where we can work on. So that is that for the two options of base pages. And here is the list I made. So use a 12x12 sheet and then cut at 10 3/8. Then you have always the good size. Then you are scoring at 5/8 and then at 1/1/8 inch. And then you have the options. You're going to turn your page and you're going to score it or cut it at 7 3/4. Alright. Okay, do you have it? Perfect. Okay, so let's start with the first page, and well, let's start first with the simple one, with not a the simple base page. So yeah, I was thinking what we can do in this album. We can do a lot of cute things, and really with the dies. I played a little with the dies and I really want to use them, of course. Well, this is just a tryout how it turns out, and it looks really gorgeous. I really love the image and the quality of the dies. And that's this die, of course, the Creative Expressions from Sue Wilson. Really awesome. So I played a little, and what I suggest, well, it's just a tip. It's just a tip, and I will go along when I do my first page. I printed out these little square items. You can find it on any website. Just Google. Yeah, I don't know the name, but anyway, I have these a few printed out and I really love using it. So I cut out straight my my dies, and this needs to be staying put. It will be if I cut one out. Anyway, I glue this down so I have the middle and I can exactly place my paper over it so the cutting part is pointing up, and this way too. And then this part here I can cut my my basics for underneath here, and I placed it just in the middle. So I have left over here about a 1/2 inch, and on this side too. So when you cut out a piece, then you have one for each of these two cutter parts. So you have one with this one, and you have one for the other part. Well, just turn it around. Oh no, I just used two of these. Anyway, I will explain it during the tutorial. So let's start with page 1. Let's see what I came up with. Okay, so stay tuned and just go along following me and you can do it. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, let's start with the first thing. I want to make a big pocket on the bottom. So I will leave about 1 inch. Yeah, so I'm just eyeballing it. It does not need to be exactly perfect. And then I'm leaving the mark at the end. And that is how I'm going to cut it. Let's cut it right here. And then we are going to make a fold line. And again, I am not going to measure things. I am measuring after I did my score line. So just fold it. And now we can measure where the other hinge is going to be. So let's put this right here and then make a mark where your next fold line is going to be. Place it on a opening and then then we cut. I forgot it. I can cut with that too. Then we cut, of course, the same 1/2 inch off. I'll leave this. You can leave it for later. So let's fold it. And now we can attach this piece on here. So we created a nice big pocket. So let's do that. Now we can use tape if you like, or just glue. But for now I'm just going to use glue so I can wiggle a little. And then don't forget gluing down the pocket. Otherwise you don't have a pocket, of course. Now here is my hinge and I want the opening on this side, not on the hinge side. So let's glue it on. Beginning at the bottom and then go all the way up. And then burnish it down. And for the bottom I will leave just a little slightly away from the fold line. Okay, so yeah, that's the first pocket. Really easy. Now we are going to make another pocket. Oh yeah, we are. So one big pocket, and now I want to make another pocket. And I want this also, let's say 1 inch away, so we have 2 openings. So let's say I want to make a small pocket, and I'm going to see if I want to make this small pocket or a wider one. No, I'm going to make a wider one. I don't want to lose this space, that's a waste. Okay, so let's grab another piece. And this one I also going to cut. Same thing as we just did. Here we go. And make another fold line, same as we just did. Still no measuring. I hate measuring. Just go with the flow. It's so much fun. And then, same as we did before, place this on top and make a mark on the other side where your next fold line is going to be. Alright, and now I'm just going, don't forget cutting it right away on this machine. That's why I love my memory keepers. 2-in-1 scoreboard. Alright, now doing it again. Just place this right on top our big pocket. Don't forget, put some glue on the bottom. Otherwise you don't have a pocket. Yeah! So we have the first pocket. And now we just place the second pocket right on top of the first one. Here we go. Yep, burnish your glue down. Okay, so now we have a big pocket and a slightly smaller pocket. So that was really easy. And now on top we still can do a lot. And I thought, well, why not make a nice flip thing with these dies. So first of all we need to let's see, this is a leftover. Just checking. Oh yeah, this fits. So that is a leftover. So what we are going to do is, yeah, we are going to use this, of course. Always use first your leftovers. Let's use this one. And then, let's see. Yeah, now I can perfectly make this nicely in the middle. See, it just fit. So I'm just see where the end of this is, and that is my two little squares on this piece. And then I have it. So if I line this up on this black line and leaving my two squares opening on this piece, then it should be cutting perfectly. So I'm going to do that and using my big shot, my Stix, to use that, but I have that on my left side. So I'm going to cut it and then I come back, and I think I'm going to cut it on each side. I think that will, yeah. So on each side I will cut these with these dies. Okay, cut them both out, and well, this paper is 250 and I think I got a little hard to cutting these out, so I think for the next pages cutting out these I'm going to use a thinner cardstock, because this was really hard to cut out. So I think 250 cardstock is a little too thick for because when I was trying it out on my own white paper, that cut it perfectly. So with no hesitation, just cleaning up a little, pumping out the little thing. So I think 160 it's better to cut out with the dies. So, but anyway, I managed it with this paper right now, and now I'm going to I am just going to half this, and so let's see what's the half of it. That's 4. So I'm going to cut it, and then we make some hinges. So this is equalized, I hope. Yep, pretty perfect. Let's make 2 hinges, and then we can attach these nice pages and see how we can use them. Alright. Okay, let's fold these. I want to use the best side on top. So that is the direction I'm going to fold my hinge. This is the top. Here we go. Now see if this fits on the page. Okay, let's assume I'm going to attach this right here. Then we can attach this right here, and then it overlaps just. And I want them to overlap, so I'm going to place them higher. So let's see how I'm going to apply this. Oh, I also can do this. That's also very nice. So it flips to the right and the left. What do you say? That's also nice. I want to leave a bit on the edge here. Let's see. I want to use. Oh yeah, Yeah, definitely. These two needed just a little higher, so I definitely want to use it up and down instead of making it right and left. Options. No, I really like it up and down. So I'm going to cut 2 more out of my other paper. So, back in 1 second. Okay, oh my. Alright, well, I was trying to make 2 new of these ones, but somehow it even did not work with my other paper, and now I know what I did wrong. Let me clean up a little mess. What did I did wrong? Well, normally the method of this one works perfectly if there are no little things in, because I'm going to reuse it every time again, but the little things will keep in here, so you have no place to clean this out. So the white little pieces are piling up on each other again and again and again, and then it does not cut it straight. So I peeled it off, and now I will use it loose every time I pick it out and replace it every single time, and then it does cut it perfectly. And I noticed one little thing. If I do this on here, the big shot, let me grab just my plate. If I cut it this way, it did not do it very well, but if I will leave it like this, it does it perfectly. But that's I don't really think that's the thing with my big shot, because it's not a brand new one. So but anyway, I am going to solve this problem, and I cut sideways a few, and then they cut perfectly. Really, you only have to do this, and every piece is going to fall out. So I'm just use my magic. Alright, so let's clean this up, because yeah, this does it too. Yep, just only a few things you have to pick out. So I have 3 already, and this one did it also good. So I have 4 made in front. And yeah, this one does it not, so we're not going to peel it off, because that's no use at all. Alright, so let's keep to the page. I just want to tell you, because I don't want to give you false information, and if it does not work with me, perhaps it works on you, but if I have a little problem with it, then I would like to solve it. So that is why I am going to see how I can solve this. So now I have 2 little pieces, and let's cut it off first. 2. Here we go. And I will apply these afterwards. I place my page on. So yeah, now I can use even a larger piece if I want, and then glue this on top. So I can do whatever I want now, but I think I want to leave all my gaps open. So yeah, this is a perfect way to solve my problem. So I definitely want to recommend that you use just 1.5, no, not 1. I'm talking in inches right now. So yeah, a big 1/2 inch wider than the tack, than the die is. So you have place to put it on. Okay, so let's cut this. Well, this is in tack, so I'm going to cut one more, and I cut it in 5.5. Let's say, yeah, 5.5 inch. So I have 2 equal pages like this. Yep, that it is. Then, okay, let's focus. Let's make. No, I am first going to apply these, and then I'm going to. That is way better, Diane. So I'm going to apply. Let's use some tape so it stays there. Okay. Well, I'm first going to start at the front. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know what you guys, but it's a little hectic. How you call that? A little not as it's supposed to need to do. Anyway, let's cut these in a white spot. Perhaps I get a little nervous when something went wrong. Well, but that can happen. Now I see that this piece is not equal on that side, and I do like that, so that's 1/4. And that isn't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am me. So I like to cut that little piece off. So now it needs a little more. Oh my gosh, I don't know where I am going to do today, but today is really odd. Yeah, it is. But now I have it. Alright. I got it. Now we are going to see, I want to make this for the top. So now you see where this needs to go. So let's attach a mark right here. And then we are going to make a score line for the hinge. Yeah, here we go. And then we can cut this 1/2 inch. That's enough for a hinge. And then we can fold it, and abracadabra, then the page is done. Well, one flip page anyway. Okay, so yeah, this is perfect. Now I'm going to do that exactly the same thing on this piece. Let's see if I am doing it good right now. So I'm just using my tape to keep it first in place, but we are going to apply, of course, some design paper on it, so no need of, and just apply this exactly the same as my other page, and then I'm just going to cut these exactly the same as the other one. Just leaving a small opening. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. Oh, the other one is wider. So why not measure that first? Diane. Wait, we can make this perfect. Let's make it perfect. Let's do. Okay. So here and here. Alright, we can fix this. Yes, we can. Just stay focused. I don't know, but today is a really odd day. I really don't know. And perhaps it's because it's the first page. I told you earlier, I have stage problems. Yeah, this is perfect. All right, thank God. Now, we still need to make a hinge on the other piece. So I'm first going to apply this on top. Using my arc glitter glue. And I want to stay away a little off here. So let's say and a half. I want to stay away a ½ inch. That's good. So apply this. And then if I see this gets 3 kind of same about 1 inch. So that is perfect. Alright, so okay, that's the alarm practicing sound here. So for Dutch people, you know, it's Monday, 12 o'clock. Okay, so, but keep it together. I want this to be nicely under here. So let's apply again a mark, and then we're going to attach a hinge. Here we go. Could be a little smaller. And there it is. That was it. Oh, no, just a little longer. It's just a practicing thing here in Holland. If something bad turns out, then we have this noise to keep us in mind that we need to shelter inside or in our basement or something like that. Okay. But this is the practicing noise each Monday of the month at 12. So now I know it's just a practicing. Alright, so okay, it should be the first page. Yeah, I think I love it. Just want to clean it up a little, my desk, because I hate that everything is in my way. But what do you think? What do you think? Let me tell you. This flips up and this flips down. So we keep it for, I think, for some picture place or anything. And then we have a big pocket and even a bigger pocket inside of here. So what we are going to make in here, well, perhaps, I don't know, I think that's too much of the dye using. So I'm going to put here, yeah, 2 large booklets in, or a big tag. So let's see. Yeah, I wanted to use a magnet on here. So let's do that first before I forgot. So I'm grabbing 2 little magnets and use some tape to place that down. So let's say right here. I'm gonna place the other one on top, cutting a little piece off. Place that on the magnet and peel it off. And then you can place this page down. Why I did not, oh my gosh, you see? I am totally crazy. Why not apply this on the top of this? Girl, 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 girl. You are a mess today. I really am. I am. I admit. Totally madness. Yes, it needed to be down here. Alright. That's way better. Let's peel this tape off before my pages glue to each other. Here we go. Now it's done. Well, at least the base. So yeah, let's come do the fun part, and that's decoration. Okay, but first I have to get a lunch, I think. First thing I want to cover up is this ugly edge for the white. So I cut out and use this middle thing for cutting out my decoration pieces. So I'm going to cut this in half. So now I have two, and I have one for this die, and the other one is for the other one. So that's, you need to cut two to have two for one page. So I have to cut out two more. Okay, so that I'm going to do first. I forgot. Oh yeah. And here we are again. Okay, which one do we need? This piece. Okay. Yeah, so these we can leave for the other design top. So first thing what we need to do is I'm going to measure this, and I like having a nice clean edge on this side. So where I'm going to cut is I'm going to make two marks. So I'm going to cut it straight, because I'm just going to cut this with my scissor. Okay, I'm just doing a little smooching just to give the edges just a little extra touch, and then glue it down. There we are. Okay. Now, fingers crossed. First attempt. Yeah. Alright, so now we have, just for the west, we'll turn this so I am closer to my object, where I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Just leave a nice white edge right here, making two marks for leaving a little edge, white edge. Use my scissors to cut it nice in place. Smooch a little. Here we go. Next stop. Here we go. Alright, so yeah, we can do this exactly the same thing on this piece, and then we go to the design paper. Cool. Okay, Well, I was doing a little already, and then I think, well, some of you might want to see how I will do my design papers on, so why not do it together? So first of all, I cut out this piece that was for the back of the paper, you remember? Yeah, so I cut it out and I wanted to use on each front of these flaps. And well, we have a lot of nice tags we can cut out of the collection. And first of all, we did use a little piece open for here. So I want to apply first this piece on the back, so on the bottom, and that is a leftover strip. So I want to use it first on the left, and then you really can see that this paper is really gorgeous, but that was not what I was planning to say. But so you can see now that the blue is coming back, and I want to let that coming back. So what I thought was, perhaps it is nice to make a little pocket, because we have so much tags we can cut out of this collection. Isn't it nice as we use this for a pocket, so you can put something in back here too. So I cut it out, and not completely on the edges, because I want to use this for to make hinges. So yeah, I am going to apply, and I think I really can use just the edges. So let's try it out. Let's try it out. I want to make an exact on that line, and on this too. So I'm just keeping it along this side. So now we are going to make 2 hinges on the design paper. Here we go, and that's that for a pocket. That fits just perfectly. Now you can decide what shall we do. I really like this edge. What do you think? But I don't like the edge above here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut along, just following my tag, and cut this off. Follow the corner, and yeah, I really like this better. Just, what do you think? Yes, this is prettier. Now I like to, yeah, first glue this down. Don't forget the bottom, otherwise you don't have a pocket. Can't say that enough. Promise me. I promise you, I did that a few times myself as a mistake. And yes, I did. Okay. Let that glue work, and now you can search for a nice piece that goes in here. And I will use this on the background too, so it comes back. Oh, this is not perfect, but we can make it perfect. So we're just going to cut right here. Yeah, let's do that, and then we don't need to go all the way in. It's just a little piece. Let's fit, try it out if this fits. So this is going to be in the pocket, and just just needs a little adjustment. Let's fit it now. Oh yeah. Oh cool. Yep. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. So let's smooch this a little. And then I'm going to glue it down. There it is. And when you get it in, you can go up on the place where you want it. And that's that. What do you think? I like it. Okay, perfect. So yeah, now we have made a nice pocket to put something in. For example, I don't know if these are fitting in here, but I think. But anyway, I need to cut these all out. But you see now that we made a pocket. Really cool. With just one tack. Cool. Alright, so what shall we do on the next thing? I want that this comes underneath, and I always like to use first my leftover pieces before I cutting anything else. So what if this is coming underneath? Or the brown one? What do you think? Which side do you want? I think the brown one fits perfectly, so let's do that. So I'm going to cut this. And smooch this, and I'm going to apply this on the bottom. Peel this piece off because here is the magnet. So I'm going to glue this down on the bottom. And then for in here we just needed later on a nice piece in between. Just using a leftover, you don't have to cut a full piece off. So yeah, that's basically it for now. So this is the front. Okay, so from here on you can decide what you want to see on the first pocket to pop out. So yeah, let's see what paper we are going to use for that. Alright, back in business. Let's see. I want to first cut out the middle piece of this paper, because this is really nice busy paper. So I'm first going to apply that, and let's see how that turns out. Could have made it a little deeper for in the pocket, I now think of. So that was actually not a very good idea, but we still can apply this, and I will. I hate misuse any paper, so I'm just going to cut it and use some. Oh, and by the way, this is totally homemade. I normally have the Holtz one from Ranger, one for brown and one for my black ink. And when I do have some other colors, I just made a homemade, so I don't have to peel off my sponges. So it's really homemade, it's really easy. Just a round stick and some little piece inside of here, and then a makeup sponge, and that's it. So really easy to make. And my stepdad made that for me, so yeah, he's handy too. Okay, let's apply this on the middle piece. Alright. Then I think, what do you think? What do you think? I think I like this pink one for the back here too. What do you say? Let's say, no, I don't know if I have, oh, I have to cut a new one. Or shall I use this one for the back? No, I want to use this piece. So I'm just cutting just a little bit more than 1 inch. So it go inside the pockets. And that's really what I love about these plain papers. You can match so perfectly. Because the Stamperia papers are really busy for itself already. So that is why I choose this plain papers with it. It's very nice to use. Okay, let's tuck this in on the right spots. Okay, and then move where you want it to be. Here we go. Okay, big pocket, small pocket. Alrighty, now we want for this piece. Let's say, what else do we have? Well, this is a leftover piece. This is the Tack piece. Let's say, and this is the same one as we just cut out of this piece. Let's flip this over. And what do you think about this? Sound of silence. No, I don't want to read this side. Let's flip this open. I can make this all the way. But I also can what do you think? Gosh, it's hard. It's hard. What shall we do? What shall we do? Oh my god. This is really hard. What? How do I cover this up? I still see this. I still see that. So I want to make a little edge. And then I think a nice place for a photo mat. What do you think? Perhaps it's nice to leave this blue on the back. But I don't really have that blue. This is the same from this piece. Oh my god, I'm just going to cut this piece off. This little piece right here along. That is what I'm going to do. Alright, you see, it's not always that easy to apply some paper, and it really, oh, now I really have to make careful because I don't want to cut this piece. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little mark how wide. Then I'm going to use my other color because then I can go to the place where I want it. Here we go. And then I can turn this and then I can cut right along here. Yeah, that's better. Love this one. So I don't have to cut this piece off. Oh yeah. Yeah, this piece right here. What do you think? And then we still have this nice piece for a nice secret photo. Alright, let's do that. Here we go. Let's glue it on. Going to glue this a little higher so the white is exactly the same thickness as my first paper. Here we go. Okay, so now we can make a nice clean photo mat in here. So that's awesome. I think I'm going to use, I don't know yet. Going to see. But anyway, so this will look when it's all done. So okay, big pocket, a bit smaller pocket, and then here is a pocket, and then this flips open and this flips down. So yeah, we need some more decoration, of course, but I will do that a little off. Well, I'm going to show you, but then a little passing forward, because otherwise this video takes forever, because it's sometimes really hard. So I'm going to finish this page up, and you will enjoy, I hope, a little of this background music. Okay, so up to the next page, and if you want to see me doing the rest of this, then it's going to be a little quicker. So okay, stay tuned. Happy watching. Happy watching. Enjoy your watching. No, gosh. All right. Okay, for so far I will leave it. What I did on the first pocket there, I made a cute letter in so you can write something, and I attached a tag on and made a few stickers on it. If I had 2 extra hours I would, so you can write on as much as you like. So this is it going in the front pocket. And yeah, of course, then we have this piece and this. I cover up this with the mint color plain paper, and then I covered up this. I really like these colors, and I glued some stickers on. Took a moment to notice, and I am dreaming. And here I covered up with the cream color black the cream color cardstock. And so this is the front, and then in the pockets I made 2 big tags, but I will save some paper for last. I always do my tags, covering up my tags for the last. So these 2 big tags fitting in here, and then a big one on the back. Also I do this later on when I know exactly how much paper I have left. So this is for the first page. Okay, so up to the next one, and then we are just going to flip it over and start on this one. Okay, stay tuned.